Pork Schnitzel is today's dish. Starting off with 2 pork chops, basically thinly cut ones. I'm just going to take the bit of skin off and the bone. Very, very simple. Just with a knife, nice sharp knife, just remove what would be the crackling. However, trying to get something crackling on a piece of pork this thin is very, very difficult, okay, because crackling takes a little bit of a while to get cooked. You just do not want to overcook this piece of pork. And then the bone around the outside would be the rib cage, and then we're going to bash them out, okay? I'm going to make them nice and thin between 2 layers of cling film. Quite heavy saucepan, pork, and this is doing 2 things for that pork, making it smaller. It's also tenderising it a little bit. See, nice and thin. This is another good one you could do with the family or on your own to release those frustrations of watching another episode of Friends, wanting to get out of the house. Well, instead of getting angry, beat your pork. Okay, flour into one, an egg into another, and the Paxo stuffing going to go into another bowl or plate, okay? Very, very simple, very, very quick this. With a fork, beat the egg. Then in a pan, I've got here getting quite warm. Good splash of oil. And then the pork, I'm just going to take, dust the flour, both sides. Then into the egg. And then into the Paxo stuffing. And then just gently lower it into the pan. And the same with the other one, flour, egg, stuffing. Now if you haven't got Paxo stuffing, breadcrumbs will be fine. Just anything to give it a crunch and a texture would be great on this. And that into the pan as well. We're going to cook them for about 5 to 6 minutes. I mean, maybe a little bit more, but just nice gentle heat. Slowly caramelise them, make them nice and crispy and cooked all the way through. And whilst this pork is frying, here I have got the outer leaves of a cauliflower. Cauliflower I've done something else with. Here I've just taken the leaves off them, even the stalky bit there, right at the bottom. And I'm just going to chop it up, because I'm going to use these. I'm not going to use that bit, because that's a step too far. But I'm going to use these bits as my vegetable for it. It's absolutely delicious. They're crunchy, crispy, they've got wonderful texture, they've got lovely flavour. I'm just going to saute it all in the pan. Basically everything I'm doing for this dish is going to be done in this pan, alright? The whole lot. Now I'm a massive fan of black pudding, and if you can get it on the internet, order it. There's a company called Fruit Pig that do beautiful black pudding. I absolutely love it. However, this was in the supermarket. It's a berry black pudding, which is delicious, quite rich. I'm going to use these. Going to fry an egg. Going to add some butter to it. The sauce is going to be like a beurre noisette. So basically got everything ready to go as soon as this pork is cooked. But it's on a nice medium gentle heat. Not too fast. You're just roasting it, just caramelising it, just making it nice and crispy and golden. Okay, lovely colour. Flip it over. Just going to do the same to the other side. But you can see there's 2 gaps here in the frying pan. At this point, that's where I'm just going to drop my black pudding in. Get that cooking as well. So all of it's cooking in the same pan, alright? And everything else is going to go with it. Won't take long at all, alright? So just at this point, I'm going to add in a knob of butter. Let that kind of just foam and cook. Okay, pork chops could come out. Black pudding's still going, butter's in the pan. But whilst the black pudding's going, I'm going to loz in a couple of eggs for frying. So they're going to take on all the lovely deliciousness that's in that pan, as well as all the crispy bits of sage and onion stuffing that have fallen into that pan. This isn't clean food. This is crispy, dirty flavours. It's absolutely delicious. And just use the one pan. It really is no bother. Pinch of pepper onto the eggs. Pinch of rock salt onto the eggs. Okay, black pudding out. I mean, look at those fried eggs done in butter, sage and onion stuffing, and black pudding onto the top. And then very quickly into this pan, we're just going to saute these cauliflower stalks. Another little knob of butter, good pinch of salt. Literally, these take no time at all. You want them to be crispy and crunchy and vibrant still, but still hot. So it's finding that balance between making them hot and crunchy. You've got that lovely cauliflower flavour, but kind of just mixed between a cauliflower and a cabbage, those leaves. So it's absolutely delicious. It's probably my favourite part of the cauliflower, to be honest. And then the pan goes back onto the heat. And into that I'm going to put another knob of butter. This is going to be our sauce. I'm just going to melt it, take it to it's being foaming. And here I've got some green peppercorns. Now these are left over from the hand and flowers, alright? But I mean, if you've got them, great. I've got some leftover capers from the other day. I'm just going to make like a beurre noisette sauce so you can see the butter melts. I'm just going to leave it to the point where it just about to burn, where it starts going that nutty brown colour. It smells toasty now, it smells really lovely. Capers go in, a few of the green peppercorns, and here I've got some red wine vinegar. This is Cabernet Sauvignon vinegar, but you can use white wine vinegar, use whatever you've got. Balsamic will be fine, it's just for an acidity. And it's that simple. And then just spoon those capers and that lovely sauce over the top. Very quick, really easy, nice and simple tea with a couple of cheap pork chops from the supermarket.